Bhavish Chaudhary, an Indian businessman, boarded an Emirates flight from India to the UAE this week. Even throughout the temporary flight ban that's going on, all thanks to being a UAE Golden Visa residency holder. So as we all know, the UAE Golden Visa grants certain people who have been in the UAE, who have contributed to the community, business owners, investors, doctors, celebrities. You know, it's at, I don't think it's at random, but I think it is for, like I said, people who contribute to the UAE community in ways. But they've been giving this around so that it means you've got obviously longer years to be able to stay here without having to worry about visas and all of that sort. Bhavish Javeri is one of those people, lucky him. So as we all know, the temporary ban, actually the unfortunate banning, but also kind of good to obviously prevent more COVID cases from taking place. At the moment, it's going to take place until June 14. But that's subject to change because there was an initial date earlier on when the ban happened anyway, and that was moved. So we don't really know until obviously cases stop soaring, I suppose. But yes, this man documented his whole trip. We've got a video of it on the website if you want to check it out, or head to actually our Instagram account. It's right on the feed. And he said, I felt very special as I was the only person on the Emirates flight. The air hostesses applauded when I stepped into the aircraft, and the pilot came out to do the public announcement since I was the only one on board. Imagine that, having a whole Emirates Boeing plane all to yourself, the 5-star treatment, everything. I watched the video, I was like, this is so odd. Because I never thought that planes would actually fly with just one passenger. I thought that you had to reach like a certain quota. So that's pretty interesting for me to have learned. But yes, like I said, he had the whole Boeing 77 to himself on the way back to Dubai. And this is pretty much the ultimate dream for all. We have a list of people who have actually gotten the golden visa up on the Lovin Dubai website, so you can check that out if you're keen to find out. Thanks for everyone who's giving me hearts. Thank you. Hearts to you back. And yeah, like I said, the passenger flights from India are still currently suspended until June 14. If you want more information on that, if you are in India and you're obviously trying to come back to Dubai, please check out the official sources. That's NCEMA UAE. They've got a Twitter account as well that would link you to the appropriate websites. Otherwise, obviously check out Lovin Dubai because we also link these resources for you in case you want to be updated at all times.
What
All
would you
right.
do, by the way, if you were on a plane? Like, if you actually
That is my
had-
dream come
yeah.
true.
Like, what would you do? So I think now they can hear me. What would you do if you're on a plane alone?
I would sit in first class. You know what, actually, since I'll be alone, depending on how long, sorry, I keep fixing my hair. I just don't want to look like a rugrat at the moment. Anyway, since I'll be alone anyway, you know what? I want a full tour. I really want a full tour. I don't know, maybe Babish got to experience that, but I would want to go to the economy class and kind of the little kitchen section where they prepare the meals and see how that goes, all the little compartments. Because when I was younger, I wanted to be cabin crew. I even remember printing out like interview questions and how I was gonna answer them. I was like 12. I don't understand like the excitement. I was already planning ahead. So all of that, probably see all the cabins, economy, business, first class, do the most in first class, dine my life away, and go to the cockpit with the pilots and see how that whole thing
But I don't think
plays
it's
out.
allowed, is it?
Well, some people get that opportunity. Like I've heard of so many people. I'm not sure about Emirates, but I've heard of so many of my friends who've had like their fathers are like pilots and whatnot in
And they
Bahrain,
can,
and
go.
they get to kind of sit there for a bit.
Yeah.
So it's
Did
pretty
you-
cool.
Fun fact,
What about you?
Just a fun fact before I say.
Okay.
Do you know that pilots don't actually eat from the same food that we eat?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, and also
No, what?
they don't eat from the same.
Who's they? I didn't hear.
The
Pilots?
I'm saying it. Yeah,
Okay.
I think I mistaken. Anyways,
They don't want.
they don't eat from the same food that we eat from.
Excuse
Like,
me?
they don't eat the meals that are on the plane.
What do they eat?
And they have to have their own meals, and every one of them has to have his own or her own meal. So that and from different chefs, different kitchens, so that if one of them got food poisoning, The other one doesn't.
That's smart.
Yeah. So because I'm obsessed with airplanes. By
Oh wow.
So I know all
Oh,
of
I
this.
didn't know that. That is a
No,
fun
it's-
fact.
Yeah, they have to eat like separate meals, and not from the same kitchen, and not from the same kitchen that's prepared for us. This is an information I got from a documentary. So if some people eat from the same food we eat from, don't come at me. So, like,
Don't come
I'm
at
just
Mariam
saying
with her
it's,
plain facts.
not you.
Listen, I also
Yeah.
need the name of this documentary because that's super cool. I'd want to know the
true.
inner workings of an
It's
aircraft.
amazing. No, the thing is, I watch crashing airplanes, so I know this.
Yeah, I used to watch those too. I'm guilty of that. It's a
I-
bit
the
tragic.
first time I watched it was actually before I get into an airplane. Like the waiting.
Who would
area.
do that to themselves?
In Egypt, they were playing it while in the waiting area. They were playing it. I was so scared.
That's so savage.
Yeah, but like it was good though. Like I was just like so into the documentary, and then I got obsessed with it. But for me, if I'm alone in an airplane, I would actually run in it because it would
Ooh,
be, like,
interesting.
nice. I would for the first time
Do jumping jacks and everything.
Yeah, for the first time, I would actually open the what do you call it? The thing that's the yellow thing, the life jacket.
The life jacket.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would open it. I would like literally look
Yeah.
at it.
Never
I
got
would
to see
check-
it. Yeah.
Exactly. I
Thank
would
God.
check what's under the seat for the first time, because normally you don't, because it's too tiny, and also you don't
True.
have time.
You're not gonna be out there bending, like
Yeah,
checking what's under the
can't.
seat.
Whether people are next to you, whether people are going like passing by, or whether people are just like chaotic. So
I like that.
and I would enjoy the fact that there aren't any kids on board. Because like I feel bad, I love kids, just not in airplanes.
Not on a plane.
No,
We can't avoid them though. They are our the future. But that's a great question, Mariam. I want to ask the rest of you guys as well. What would you do if you were, if you had a flight all to yourself, or have you ever had a flight to yourself? Maybe there's been a situation during the pandemic or even before where you were somehow on a plane. I mean, the most I've got, for example, was we were maybe 20 people on a plane, but that's that's still some people.
Yeah.
But let us know in the comment section below. I'd love to read that.